Hi, welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. Today we are going to be shopping my stash. It's been a while since I've filmed and posted a Shop My Stash video, and I'm really excited to do it. I also filmed this look using my Shop My Stash items, and that'll be the tail end of the video, but there will be chapters down here. So if you don't really care about one thing, you can skip. If you care about something, you can go back to it, that kind of thing. But I will just forewarn you, my audio for my Shop My Stash is probably not the best. There's no way for me to bring my microphone over there right now. So just bear with the not optimal audio for maybe 5 minutes, and then it'll get back to better quality audio after that. I'm going to start back here where all of my primers are. And I want to pick these two actually that are right next to each other. The first one is the Wet n Wild Glass Correct Primer Base. This is like the green color correcting primer. This is new. I want to try it. I'm excited to try it. And then I want to bring in the e.l.f. Whoa Glow SPF 30. I like this feeling, like a pore filling primer, so I want to bring this in as well. Then I don't really wear foundations, but I do want to pull at least one in this round just to try to get some use. I think I've used this like 5 times in its life with me, which I got this a year ago and I've used it like a handful of times. So I'm going to bring the Even Better by Clinique. I have mine in the shade Buff WN16. This is a good shade for me right now because I do have a little bit of a tan, and this is the darkest out of my very few foundations I have. So right now is a good time for me to get some use out of this. I'm not going to bring a face highlight in. I'm just going to skip to my concealers, which are down here. And in my concealers, I actually want to pull this NARS one out. This is the eye brightener in the shade Golden Eye. Again, I'm pretty tan right now, and this is a better match for me when I have a little bit of a tan. Then just for some extra brightening, I do want to bring my Bare Minerals Well Rested concealer out too, just for my very inner corners of my eyes. My camera battery is gonna die, but before it does, I'm hoping that I can just say I want to bring all of my cream blushes in. One of them is a Lip Souffle by Rare Beauty. It's this one right here. So technically this is a lip product, but I decluttered it into my blush category. So I finished a cream blush recently, and I want to give myself some use out of all of them before I decide which one I want to kind of focus on. I have setting sprays over here that I need to grab. I think I want to try this one that I haven't used yet. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Stay Spray. Haven't used this. I want to give it a try and see how I like it compared to my Urban Decay All Nighter and the Milani Make It Last. I'm going to move you over to my like accessory face category, and I'm going to switch out my battery. And then on what I call my like accessory face products, that's like all my highlight, blush, bronzer, setting powder kind of stuff. That is all on this side of my makeup storage. And back here I actually have a couple like face palette kind of things. I do want to pull this is my Ofra Feelin' Myself trio, mainly because this shade Blissful doesn't really suit me any other time of year except for right now. Then I feel like I also want to pull one of these, or maybe just both of my multi-chrome highlights. These are by Kaleidos. These are the Space Age Gifted and Space Age Prophecy highlights. I feel like something like this could be really pretty when I'm wearing more of a like a bronze kind of look. So I'm going to pull these out too. Ooh, that's exciting. I'm not going to pull any more highlights. I feel like that's plenty. But I do want to pull one of these blushes out. These are the ColourPop Sailor Moon blushes. I'm going to take a look and see which one. The one called Cat's Eye. It's the more peachy. Also, I love the packaging, but it's the more peachy pink one. So I'm going to pull this one out right now. I have some loose powders up here, and then I have pressed powders here. I've already swatched, and I know this one is going to be way too light. This is too light for me currently. but this one is the darkest pressed powder I have, so I really can only use it right now. I've only used this as a powder foundation and it worked pretty okay for that. I just haven't used it as like a setting powder. I'm gonna bring a setting powder in as well. For my setting powder, I think, I don't know. Maybe I'll try this one right now. This one's a little bit more pink tinted in the package, so I don't know if this is gonna work for me right now, so maybe I'll just try it, see if I like it. Maybe it'll work well with the Clinique foundation, I'm not sure. Bronzers, I've already thought about, because I'm the tannest I will be, I'm gonna bring the darkest bronzer that I have. I have used it, I think, actually, but not much. This was a gift from Haley. This was the Beauty Bakery Snackaroons bronzer in I Don't Give a Sip. I'm gonna bring this in to use. I have some sunscreens over here and I kind of want to try this one out. This is the Coats Mineral Sun Stick Tinted. I'm thinking this might be a nice like under foundation sunscreen. All right, now to the lips and palettes. All right, so I have my palettes here hanging out by Sailor Moon. And we're just going to talk about them real quick. I do want to bring in my Natasha Denona, this is my Sunrise palette. I saw Sophie Alexandra brought some shades from this to Sweden with her. Man, do I sound like a creep? But it kind of inspired me to want to use this palette too, because it's something that I definitely don't really reach for in my collection, and I think that the month of August is actually perfect. And with me going back to like a office job, I think like any of these shades would be pretty, especially like these 6 over here. So I want to bring this in to use, and I also want to bring in, since I have quite a few all shimmer palettes and quite a few new shimmer shadows that I've brought into my collection, I want to bring in my Natasha Denona Safari palette also, because it is an all matte palette. So a lot of variety and a lot of options to just ground a look or like zest it up if I want to do something crazy and go into like the blues or this red tone. Just perfect for like this transition from summer into fall. Something I forgot to haul in my Trash It and Cash It video accidentally are my Ensley Rain cosmetics items. I have a collection of loose shadows that I bought, as well as this palette that I bought called the Flower Moon palette. And oh my goodness, I've only used it like twice. I've only used like 2 shades out of it. Not 2 shades, but I've used it twice, maybe 5 shades. It's a multi-duo chrome palette, and then the bottom is all matte shades. A lot of repetitive greens, I'm not gonna lie, but I love these kinds of greens, so I don't mind having repeats because I know eventually I will use those up. This is another reason why I wanted to bring the Safari palette in, because I have so many shimmers in this palette. I have so many shimmers in my rotation for Pan Those eyeshadows also. So I want to just let myself play with whatever the heck I want to play with. The lips, I wanted to keep it pretty easy because I do have 2 glossy products in my project pans this current period of time. So I wanted to just kind of focus on some more expensive lip products that I haven't really given myself a lot of chance to use yet. And those are these 3 Hourglass lipsticks. I have the shade Alpine, which is the most nude of the bunch. I have Lotus, which is a watermelon kind of pink shade. Then this shade here, which is their Red Zero, which is in limited edition packaging. Beautiful red. Then I have a couple neutral lip liners in. This is the Essence 8 Hour Matte in Rosy Nude number 4. And then this is the Buxom Power Line in Hush Hush Henna. I think this one may have been a limited edition one. I'm not sure. And then I do have kind of all same glosses, very neutral light colors. I have this Essence Juicy Bomb, which I think is starting to expire, so I just kind of want to use it a little bit more before I really notice the scent on this one change. It's starting to not smell as pink lemonade-y as it has been. I have a NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie that I'm going to be using over the course of the next month. Hey, Kylie Lip Plump in Not Your Bae. It's just a shimmery pink neutral kind of gloss. And then a very similar one, so where the Kylie has a little bit more like blue and silver flecks in it, this JOA like crystal lip in Stardust has more gold in it. Now I'm going to turn you guys around and we are going to apply some of these products on my face. I've already used like moisturizer and whatnot, but I will go in with this sunscreen. This is the Coats the Mineral Sun Stick. This actually kind of feels like a pore filling primer. So yeah, actually this feels like the Milk Blur Stick. Kind of has like that same texture where it's a little slippy, but it's quite nice. I feel like this is quite nice. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild one on the other side just to see if like the green does anything. It has a little seal on it. It's thicker feeling than I was anticipating this feeling. I kind of assumed this would have a, I feel it's like very similar. This is less silicone feeling. This one had more of that like silicone feel, just like that softness. This is spreading kind of like a moisturizer would, like a thicker moisturizer. It's like a really nice feeling. They feel very similar. I'm not gonna lie, they feel very similar. This one is just like slightly more moisturizing feeling, and this is slightly more sunscreen feeling. Next, I'm going to go in with my concealer. I pulled out my NARS Eye Brightener in the shade Golden Eye. Ooh, I don't have like a... Okay, well, I'm going to just use my finger to grab the product then, and really, I've been using this all over as a concealer, so not just under eye brightening, but also like, since it has a little bit of yellow in it, I've been using it to like conceal my blemishes, since those are typically more red toned on my... What I've been doing mostly for like foundation and everything is really just concealing like this, spot concealing where I need it, and then I use a powder foundation on top. But I do like a lot more cream products now than anything else. So today we're going to do just my foundation in terms of like, and my concealer in terms of cream products, and then just powder complexion on top of it. Maybe it's been like the fact that I've been layering everything so much, and that's why I've not been enjoying like foundation as much, because I'm like, well, I'm putting all that other stuff on. So maybe it's just like, it's been too much, and that's why. So this is going to be a little bit different from my normal routine today, which I'm kind of excited about. I think out of all of these tones, I kind of want to go with one of these two. This is the Nude Sticks one right down here, and then I'm going to put the LA Girl one on top. I think I'm going to go with the Nude Sticks one. Well, I guess I'm just going to mix whatever was left of that LA one and mix some on the back of my hand and then apply it. I'm just going to go in with my Clinique Even Better foundation, and I'm going to put this on the back of my hand first also, and pick up product that way, because I haven't used a liquid in a long time and I don't know how much I need. It's been a while since I've used a liquid foundation, so I don't know the coverage or what. Maybe this foundation, this liquid foundation, is exactly what I would like right now, because it seems like it's letting my skin just kind of show through, and I don't mind, again, having like this, having blemishes and stuff really hasn't been bothering me nearly as much as it used to. Oh my goodness. I am going to put just a drop more on my hand and see if I can get a little bit more coverage. I typically break out along my chin. Like this is normally my breakout area. These are probably I ate something that I shouldn't have, and I've not been the best about eating what I should be eating recently. So, oops. Yeah, it's like not buildable at all. I am going to put a touch more of this under eye brightener on top of it. I feel like it's probably concealed for the most part. The next thing I'm going to do is put on my setting powder, and this is the Ulta Beauty Positive Mindset Translucent Setting Powder. This is no longer sold. It might be in your clearance section of your local Ulta, because that's where mine was. I'm feeling like it's matching pretty well. This, again, is too dark for me typically, unless I get a good tan in the summer. I do want to use one of the multi-chrome ones because I think that would be fun. I have my Space Age highlights. One has more pink to it. So we're going to use some of this guy. And I usually will apply my, oh man, you're so pretty, my highlight underneath my blush and bronzer. Man, is that incredible. I do also want to go in with a touch of the Rodeo Drive, which is the more gold. If ever I'm like, ooh, the multi-chrome is a little much, I'll ground it with like a more like traditional colored. Plus, I love to layer highlights. Give me all the sparkle. I have two other products that I want to apply. First is this Snackaroons bronzer by Beauty Bakery. And I like do a fake little brown tour, and I feel like this brush that I had pulled for my makeup this rotation is too small for what I like to do. I feel like it's not building up on this side as well. I feel like this side my stuff is performing a bit better, and that could also be because this one had just this sunscreen on it and not a primer that's kind of helping. I'm just hoping it's not patchy on camera. It doesn't, like this side looks super nice in real life, and this side looks a little patchy in real life. And then it's weird, but I saw a thing that said it makes your lips look fuller. I want my lips to look fuller any way that I can. So I'm just going to leave well enough alone. But I will pick up the, what are you? The Cat's Eye blush from ColourPop and Sailor Moon. I think it's kind of working really well with this blush. I definitely think this side is just applying the product a little bit better too. So there has to be some merit in that primer. I'm going to take a touch of this and just mellow out this, a setting spray. Again, haven't used this one, just took it out of the packaging. Here goes nothing. Oh, it's a finer mist. I like the smell of it. Let me zoom. Now you can see kind of like all of the imperfections and everything. We'll start off with my tried and true matte eye primer by Ulta. I love it even after not working there. I rolled these 3 palettes in to use in addition to my Pan Those eyeshadows and any Project Pan eyeshadow. What I want to do is pick something out of here. The, oh golly, Ensley Rain Flower Moon palette. Like that one or this one? Let me swatch these out, and then I'm going to look at my Sunrise palette and figure out of Freesia or Flower Moon which one I want to use. Because we went with a warmer toned highlight, Freesia Flower Moon. I'm going to go with the Freesia shade just because it's a little warmer toned than the other one. I think I'm going to use Morgan Glory. No, maybe Morgan and Jasper down here, and then dip into like Masai, which is this shade here from this palette. We'll start with Morgan. And that shade's so pretty. And then I'm going to take Jasper. Go a little lower. I feel like I picked the wrong brush for this. And then I'm going to take 𝙍𝙬 from the Safari, just right on the outer corner right there. Oh, it's like such a pretty sunset eye. Oh my. I'm actually going to pick the shade Glory. Same brush. I'm just going to use that on a little bit closer in on an inner portion of where we put 𝙍𝙬. Then finally layering a bit of Morgan back on it. Again, I'm just going to use the same brush because this is usually just how I do my makeup. I layer brushes, I wipe brushes off between things. Frugal with how I use my brushes, I guess. I don't know. And then we will take the Flower Moon palette in that shade, what was it, Freesia? Yeah, the bottom one here. When I look at it tilted the right way, I see like gold in it. It's just super pretty. So I'm going to take a little bit of the NYX glitter glue. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, that's so gorgeous. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Then I'm going to grab this shade here. Is that Peony? Yeah, I'll grab Peony and tuck that on my lower lash line. For that, I am going to grab a different brush though, but that's going to get tucked on to. And then I think I will, screw it. I'm just going to take Rejuvenate here, the orange. Just kind of on the inner and outermost portion of the lower lash. I'm going to take the Safari palette next, and we're going to grab Aya, which is that middle shade in the first shade in the second row. And I'll use that to blend out the lower lash. This does definitely need an inner corner shade and a brow bone shade. I'm a sucker for a highlighted, shimmery, metallic brow and inner corner. If that's not you, if this is enough, use a matte shade. It's totally fine. I just can't. So I'm going to pick up this shade Pillow Talk and throw that just on the top of the brow. Just since this look has a lot of pink in it, I figured just lean into it and dust it on the very inner corner. So I'm just going to throw some mascara on and call it a day. This is so freaking pretty. I almost forgot lips, and they're all behind you. Oopsies. I think I just want to put Lotus on Real Sheer on my lips. And when I do that, I'll just do like a really light swipe of it. It's a little much for me. The color is a little out of my comfort zone. And actually, I think I want to put a little bit of Alpine right on top to kind of nude it out a little bit. And then I'm going to top it with the JOA lip gloss, the Star Days. I think this is like their crystallized. It's not on the packaging anywhere. I'm feeling very summer sunset, like on the beach. I like this. I like this a lot. I need to do my hair or something, but this is so pretty. I'm super, super pumped to, again, use all these products. I'm obviously the most excited about the palettes because I just love eyeshadow so much. First of all, one of these palettes is new, but I haven't paired these two palettes together, and I think those mattes worked so well together. I'm really excited to continue to get some use out of this. I am excited to try this foundation. It's been a while. It's been months since I've used a liquid foundation, so I am excited to get some use out of my liquid foundations, especially as I have a little bit of a tan. There's a couple that fit me better when I have a little bit more color to my skin, so there is that. But let me know if you want to see any other like videos with any of these products. If you want to know my thoughts or opinions on anything, I would love to do a more in-depth video for you. Other than that, I have all my content planned out for the next couple months, and I'm very excited about that. So things should be a little bit more streamlined on this channel for at least the next 3 months. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!